Hello, today is 5/15 of 25 and I am here with a video of what I eat in a day on my keto journey. If you're new here, my name is Christy. I changed my diet to a high protein, moderate fat, low carb diet in April of 2024. It is currently 10:30 and I am getting ready to have my first meal of the day. And I actually already made it, or part of it. I intended to record making this recipe and it just didn't happen. I forgot to push record. So what I have in my little blender here is what's supposed to be like a lemon mousse. It is made with cottage cheese, uh, vanilla extract, some powdered sweetener. I used a monk fruit allulose blend, the zest of one lemon and the juice of one lemon. And I think that was everything. Yeah, that was everything. I will leave the recipe in the description below. So this is a recipe that is new to me. I did have to add, so the original recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of sweetener. I added a third tablespoon. I found that I needed to do that. And then you're supposed to store it in the refrigerator for 15 to 20 minutes before you eat it, just to kind of have the flavors like kind of come together. So I'm going to do that. And then I have some frozen blueberries, a half cup that I have sauteed, and I'm going to put them on top. I love the flavor combination of lemon and blueberry. So to go with this, I am going to have my coffee, which I will make with 1 cup of Fairlife whole milk and 2 shots of espresso. And then I'm going to have pork belly. I am really hungry this morning for like a pound of pork belly. So that's what I'm going to have. But I need to have my protein before I have it. So that's why I made the mousse. And I'm also going to have some leftover roast that we have in my refrigerator. Probably we have maybe like 4 ounces cooked of roast left. So I'm just going to eat that too to get that protein in before I have my pork belly. My pork belly I will make in my air fryer by just seasoning it with some salt and pepper and sticking it in there until it's done. My mousse has sat and I topped it with my blueberries. I love the flavor combination of blueberry and lemon. Mm. Yeah, that's really good. The flavor is really nice and fresh. Um, and it's balanced with enough sweetener because I did add, like I said, an extra tablespoon of sweetener. The original recipe says to use like erythritol or something else, something else, something else. Well, I mean, erythritol is a lot sweeter than like, say, allulose. So you do have to think about that when you're adding sweetener to things. Like you might have to adjust that depending on the type of sweetener that you're using. It is a little grainy, but it's not terrible. Um, I've made something similar using Greek yogurt. So the Greek yogurt was a lot smoother, but it's also a lot more tangy. And so I think that the this flavor combination anyway works better using the cottage cheese. It is 4:30. I went to the gym today. It's leg day, so I did marching wall sits, inclined single leg calf raises, goblet squats, weighted step ups, and a straight like glute bridge. So like my knees were like almost touching, but not quite, and my feet were straight out. And then I did 30 minutes of cardio. So I am now hungry. I actually did not eat all of my pork belly. I only ate half of it. Um, and my stomach kind of revolted, which is odd. It doesn't usually revolt when I have um, fat, as long as I've had protein before. So I'm not sure what was going on. I did go back and just see if there was like something different I had been doing on the other days where I've eaten pork belly and not had any problems. And it doesn't seem like there's really much difference. So I'm not sure what happened today. But I only ate half of my pork belly and now I just kind of am craving some protein. So I made myself a protein pudding that I've got here, and I made it with coconut milk, unsweetened coconut milk. If you watched yesterday's video, you will have seen that I made oatmeal using coconut milk, and it was much thinner than it normally is when I use like Fairlife whole milk. And so I ended up having to double the amount of protein powder that I put in my oatmeal. I had to do the same thing with my pudding here. And it's still not quite the right consistency. It's more the consistency of like melted ice cream a little bit. I mean, like it's still firm, but it's not quite right, but it's okay. Like it'll be fine. Before I doubled the amount of protein, it was just a liquid. So I used Keto Chow Core Chocolate. This is my favorite. And then I also added some beef protein powder. The beef protein powder, I think, is what really allows me to make it into a pudding kind of right away. Kind of like it's kind of gelatinous and like gels it up. So that's why I was able to do this and not have to like add chia seeds and wait until tomorrow to eat it. I can just have it right now. And then I'm also going to have two of my chef's cut beef sticks. It is 8 o'clock. I have burned 2,250 calories. My total calories for the day were about 1,850. So that means that I am currently in a caloric deficit of 400 calories, which it's 8 o'clock. If the night was done, that would be perfect, but it's not. So my caloric deficit is going to be a little bit higher today, but it's not going to be huge, probably. It's probably not going to get to like that 1,000 mark, which I'm really glad for. I'll be able to easily make up for it tomorrow. So, like I said, I ended up with 1,850 calories. My protein is 194, my fat is 96, and my net carbs are 37. So, I had a pretty good day today. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.